Morning legends, we are cranking out the videos in 2022. I have just about recovered from the last video where we trained in Wit in London and we did that horrible version of 19.1 with burpee box jumps, which Tom made us do. I just about recovered from that. Actually, I don't know if you remember, on the rower I said I had a bit of a calf twinge. Well, that's kind of escalated. I might have a little bit of hamstring tendonitis, so I'm just resting it a little bit. We'll talk about that a little bit later in the video. Anyway, today we are going to CrossFit Colchester. It's currently 9:03. Leon's picking me up at 11 o'clock. I'm gonna do some programming first. We're going over there because Wolverson, who's on my t-shirt right there, one of our sponsors, have a new piece of equipment coming out and we're going to film some social media content around it. I'm presuming I'm allowed to do a video on it and show you the video before they see it. I guess so. I mean, if not, this video's gonna be null and void. But Leon's getting here at 11. Just had a coffee. First thing I need to do is smash in some programming. This is my secret weapon when it comes to programming at the moment. This is Pure Sport Clarity. I love this. Now, when it comes to adaptogens, which I'll tell you what they are in just a moment, I like to just use one thing at a time. I want to know what works. I want to know how my body responds, what's a correct dosage for me, and all that kind of stuff. Now, I have quite a busy head. I lean slightly more to my sympathetic nervous system, so my fight or flight response. I struggle with a little bit of anxiety from time to time. And when I program, I procrastinate like you would not believe. Like if you were just like what's the word? Not an eye on the wall, a fly on the wall. If you were just a fly on the wall watching me program, you would see me, if I was in a time lapse, just constantly like this, on my phone, on YouTube, and I struggle to really focus and just get it done. Since I've been using this for the past 2 weeks, I would say, by itself, I've noticed a big change. Now, this is 1500 milligrams CBD, ashwagandha, which I can just about say, this one I struggle to say, ginkgo biloba, if that's said right, and vitamin D3. Now, the middle two, ashwagandha and ginkgo biloba, are adaptogens, and adaptogens are either mushrooms or herbs that basically work. Think about the word adaptogens. They work in your body to help find homeostasis. So whether it's external stressors or internal stressors that are affecting your body, so that could be inflammation, it could be really a multitude of things. There's a million different stresses in our lives nowadays. It allows us to kind of find homeostasis and that kind of balance. So they're really good at kind of bringing you into, I don't know, your center, I guess. A lot of this stuff probably goes back to, I know it does, it goes back to holistic beginnings. So a lot of it comes from Asia, like Chinese, and I know lion's mane mushrooms, something that people talk a lot about at the moment. And they would obviously use this kind of stuff in therapeutics, not the word I'm looking for, but there's a homeopathic maybe. They would use it basically for the medicinal purposes that they have, or properties that they have. And it's become more and more mainstream. It's something at the moment you will see with the likes of Pure Sport, but you will see many, many, many more supplement companies coming out with adaptogens and more nootropics. And if they already have it in there, they'll start labeling it a little bit more. You watch, you'll see. The trick is to find where it comes from, correct places, where it's the right type of mushrooms, where they're grown correctly, all that kind of stuff. Same thing that's kind of been happening with CBD. It started off and you're like, can I trust this? Can I trust that? Where's it coming from? It's about finding a reputable source. Anyway, I absolutely love Clarity. I take about a quarter of a pipette. So it's like this. I will take just below 0.4 is what I take. Under the tongue, I leave it there. It has a little bit of an aftertaste for a second or two. If you don't like the aftertaste, you could just put it in your coffee or something like that. And honestly, give it 20 minutes, I'm nailing my program. Anyway, I've talked for a long time. I'm gonna get on my programming after taking this. There he is, morning treacle.
Hello.
How are you?
All good.
Of course, not very easy to get in the car.
Mate, I've got like the smallest car in the world.
While holding the camera.
You're like 500 foot tall. Before we leave, have you got a long stand?
I have, it's in the boot.
Wonderful.
That seems like a bit of a personal question. Yeah, I got the stands in the boot.
Fabulous.
Kit check, anything else we needed? I got a Wolverson t-shirt on, I got spare shorts and a Nike t-shirt.
Oh, I haven't got a Wolverson t-shirt. I don't know where that is.
Alright, well I got one, and that's about it, yeah? Just need coffee.
Coffee and petroleum.
Perfect. Here we be, CrossFit Colchester. Got lost a lot of time.
It's not CrossFit Colchester, is it? It's CrossFit Fitness Centre. It's not CrossFit Iceni. It's not CrossFit Colchester. Do you know why we know that? Do you know why we know that? Because we've been both fuckers.
We've been everywhere today. So we're going in there, and I'm gonna get all this crap out the car, and I'll meet you in there because I'm not Ganesh. I can't hold everything.
That's a great name. Ganesh is one with like 6 or 8 arms.
Yeah, Indian goddess of luck, I believe in prosperity.
I would have said balancing and juggling. Can you imagine how many things Ganesh could balance and juggle? Get his sphincter to work in his rectum again.
I'm glad the people just joined this conversation
so
here.
To train his anus or rectum muscles, he has to. This is a guy called Matt Long. It's called The Long Run. It's a book. Basically, he got run over by a bus, and all you need to know is that the seat post from his bike went up his bum between his poo hole and the base of his cock.
Every time you're on this vlog
up.
at the moment, you're talking about pooing.
It's horrific, and basically he's now starting to recover, and he's getting him to his surgeon. He's got to fill wheat meal, like an oatmeal mix, milky stuff, shove it up his bum through a syringe, and he has to hold it for as long as he can to retrain those deep pelvic floor muscles.
Come on, lad.
I'm like, can you imagine? Because he has to get somebody to come round to do it as well, and that was his biggest issue. And I'm like,
would you want your wife to do it?
Yeah, well, exactly. He's single, and so he had to ring up one of his friends who's a surgeon. And he's like, mate, imagine that phone call. Like, John, I need you.
I'd do it for you, Leon.
I need you to syringe my bum hole for
I would do
wheat
it
meal.
for you.
Well, there you go.
I would do it for you.
I'm not going to complain about needing a wheat now.
Leon's buying a new treadmill. What happened to yours?
I don't even know. It just stopped, basically. I think, to be honest, it was a second-hand treadmill, and I was using that second-hand treadmill pretty hard, even if it was a commercial treadmill. So I think the motor just went, nah, I've had enough.
Too fast your treadmill, weren't you?
Just had enough. Yeah, so it's just one of those things. You know, dad life, one of the things that I have to consider all the time trying to get all this running in is sometimes you have to just snap at it and grab what you can when you can. Like when I have Jacks on a Monday, for instance, that treadmill comes into its own then, because I will do my hours run when she goes down for a nap.
Yeah.
But if I don't have the treadmill, I can't do the hours run because I can't leave her at home and go for a run. And then some of my sessions are very speed focused and interval based, and it's like, yeah, you can go for a little bit of a run on the road. It just doesn't work.
You can't get the speed. You can get the speed set, can't you?
Yeah, you just can't get what you need, and I want optimal stimulus for what I'm trying to achieve, and it just makes, it's an expensive luxury to have, but it just makes things a lot easier. So I've got to get another one.
Okay, the technicians, that's what you want to call the guys, have been putting this together this morning. This is what we are testing today. We have like a full system home gym with your lat pull downs, you've got all your plates there, and you can add, like, if I want to do bicep curls, obviously I'm going to be adding 25s on the end there as well, you know, as you do. Leon's probably just going to use 5 kilos. We have this here, which we're going to put on in a minute, which I'm guessing is our bench that we can sit on, and we can also do glute hip thrust from. Leon's gone straight for lat pull down, because, you know, lads. When was the last time you did a lat pull down, Leon?
When was the last time you did that pull down like here? I haven't put the bench out.
You haven't put the bench out yet.
Wanna move?
Right, so we're going to find out what does what, have a little play with things, then we're going to do a bodybuilding session, which will give you guys, you can do at home. I'm thinking back buys and tries.
I really wish, being like, my inner bro is screaming right now. And we both said when we saw this, I wish I had the space at home.
Well, I do have the space. That's the thing.
I have the space, but I have too much stuff in there.
Yeah.
It would mean having to sacrifice something that I've got, and I'm not willing to do that.
I would struggle to Olympic lift in there anymore as it is. And I have bikes and, you know, just general crap from your house that gets put into your garage. But I could fit it in there, and well, I'll soon tell you after I have a play with it how interested I am. So these are the hooks I was talking about. Basically what happens is, if you're setting up a back squat or bench, as you pick the bar up, they swing back and out the way, and then when you lock it back off again, you put it in there and they pull back out into your start position. So then Leon pops that in there, which is just the weight of the bar, it pulls forwards. Beautiful.
So what I'm thinking is, by having those hooks, you can then set yourself up under the bench or under the bar where you want to essentially set yourself, rather than normally you'll set yourself there, unhook, and then have to bring the bar back and forwards, which is really good.
I think the real benefit of those, then they're called monolith J hooks. We looked it up, it is called that. I think the benefit of the monolith J hooks is, if you were to do a squat or a bench press, particularly a squat, and you were going real heavy, you don't have to step away from the bar. You know, normal barbell, you kind of pick it out, you step back so you, in case you were to lean forwards and catch the rack. Because it's set in front of the rack and it moves out your way, it allows you not to have to step around. So get your feet set exactly where you want them, no resetting, pick the bar up and go.
Yeah. Favorite exercise ever.
Right.
Really on my shit. Pay some respect to my mindset. Head blowing smoke, catch a contact. Niggas really mad they can't stop us. Back on the scene, young conscious. Always been me, young poppin'. I ain't really here for the gossip, nah. Blah blah blah.
Leon,
Yeah.
It's Thursday, 4:16.
It's Friday somewhere.
It's close enough to Friday.
Can we pretend that we're down under, mate?
Yes, yeah. They are ahead from me out.
There you go.
So, Gun Friday?
I reckon so.
And we only here for the
Right, what are we thinking? Little tricep?
Mate, it's been so long.
I know, since we've been in the gym, so we're going to use a little tricep extension.
Now I need to just make too much noise.
I just wish I had some... Leon!
No?
Can't take you anywhere. Right, so we'll do
This
it.
is when you hold the camera a little bit tighter and a little bit closer and go, oh, he did it again.
Right, so yeah, let's do straight bar tricep press down, and then we'll do cable hammer quick.
So when you...
Oh, you're kicking the leg back.
Bar, push down, it's nice and braced, tuck the belly button in, engaged.
No one likes you. And then with a little bicep hammer curl on the rope pulley.
Hang on, look at this.
Oh, you hung that up there. Suits you, sir.
And then, curl.
Right, what are we doing?
Click.
What are we doing here? We're doing 12 and 12?
I reckon 10 to 1.
12 and 12, you go, I go.
I reckon 10 to 1.
Why?
10 curls, 10 push down, 9.
Yeah, but it'll be shit by that time, and I'll be
really
sitting here for
boring. It'll
half
be one
hour.
rep, wouldn't
yeah,
it?
so you go 12 and 12, and I'll go 12 and 12, and we'll swap, and we'll do 5 rounds.
And we'll do as many rounds as it takes to get a good thumbnail.
You had too much caffeine. Oh, I see you looking at your arms.
So that one round.
You know, I'd just be happy to have a set of arms and a set of calves would be nice. I'm basically just...
It's like everything in the middle
I'm
is great.
basically just sticking abs. Chest, lats and abs, that's all I have.
They're those absolute monsters. He's gonna need a bigger shirt.
No one likes you, Leon. You're a bully.
I am.
I love watching that go in there.
That's the best content we've filmed all day.
So much caffeine, man. Fucking hell. This is what we're really like when we're not being professional, if we're ever professional.
I was quite flattered that you said that we're professional sometimes.
Go on, it's your set.
I reckon one more set. I just realised I've got a red nose, it's that cold.
It's cold, man.
I've got a full on Rudolph. It's really cold in here. Oh my god. I reckon one more set each and we're ready for the thumbnail. When we're back when we were young, free and single.
Is that what you do? Get your t-shirt muscles before going out? This is the shit I have to put up with on a daily basis.
You're special and you're reckless. Remember, you're my bestest friend. Yeah, she's my bestie.